Hello, it is I, we're back, and we're changing the color palette by 1. Hello, it's me, your boy, we're back again. It's time for World of Speedrunning. I didn't even, like... Ugh, Eldritch Parasite character exclusive perks. Can I just mulligan this one? This is gonna be, like, this is the slowest run of my life. Knowledge, light source, strength, blah, blah, blah. Your seconds. Strength and knowledge are pretty weird. I hate Eldritch Parasite, and we're on Cthulhu. Ugh. When you just want to go to hell. I'm in hell. The picture of Reimu smoking a cigarette and saying, I'm going to hell. Me when I'm going to hell. True, true. I mean, if you're gonna go to hell, like, you might as well break the rules, be a little bit of a rebel. I'm never using that. You can go to hell. I will humor you, not that, with this, as I go to open the TV 80 million times. Just in case it's relevant, you know? Just in case it's relevant. I don't want to do you dirty like I did in the last episode. There's a good reason why we Emmerdale that shit. Botany Ward, Coma, Sailors, blah, blah, blah. So they had raid today. It was Free Company raid day. And it went, like... I don't know. It went, like, mediocre. That's what I'll say. They didn't clear. They had some clear regression. And I think people... The thing is, what I'm a little bit worried about, right, is that they're having fatigue on, like, the easiest fight. Well, second... I don't know. For learning, I think it's the easiest fight. For execution, I think P11 is easier. 11S is easier. But, like, they're having issues with, we didn't get Insomnia or Holes, so that's a good start. Yeah, I think this is what we're gonna use. I think this is what we're balling with. We're not on Kathako Tarasu, so let's do it. But, basically, the thing is, like, they're kind of in this weird spot where they're getting fatigued on the easiest fight to learn in the tier, P9S. I think 11S in execution is easier because the mechanics are easier. It's just that they're really fast. Oh, we can run away if we want to. I think, yeah, I think we will. I want to go quick. I don't want to beat this guy to death. I think we're just gonna chill. But, essentially it's like, they're falling into something. Like, they're having all of the story arcs that a static goes through, but they're having that in, Did we have any mansion mysteries? I don't know. I'm gonna put it on the mansion. There's not really many village mysteries, and the ones that do exist, they don't make you go to the village very often. And if it's something like Flood, we have the time to... Whoops. I probably should not have done that at all. We have the time to kind of play around that. I hate this. This is horrible. We have to do that because it's the lesser of two evils. But they're basically having the story arc that every static goes through, but they're having that in P9S. Pandemonium, Ninth Circle, Savage. And it's like, whoo boy. Because, like, they have what it takes to... There's not a doubt in my mind that if they did it big, they would do fine, right? Like, there's not a doubt in my mind that if they really did buckle down and try, they could do it. But the thing is, they're just falling for a lot of traps and a lot of tricks that some other, like, that your static goes through when they fall for a lot of, they're basically falling into the pitfalls that, like, a static that's been established for like 8 months and is on like the final fight of the tier, right? So I'm a little bit worried, and I'm not as optimistic as I used to be. I'm still optimistic because the thing is, I've seen them play, I've seen them ball. They can do it. They can 100% absolutely do it. I'm not really worried about their, like, ability to ball. We're gonna do Ward second, because I'm just kind of built different. You know, rip to those guys, but I'm built different. True. But, how do I put it, you know? It's just a little bit weird, because they're going through shit that my static went through when we were on, like, month 8. Or, like, month 9. And they're doing that when they don't have that bond of, like, they don't have the good times of clearing, like, 2 tiers of fights. Oh, you motherfucker. Giving me that twice in one run. So it's like, they don't have it. Like, they don't have the established... Like, the thing that's holding them together is that they're a free company, right? But as raiders, they don't have anything. They got nothing. So it's like, you just gotta run here, by the way. Forgotten Patient moment. Is that Forgotten Patient our second enemy? Probably. But, yeah, no, they don't have... As Savage Raiders, they don't have anything holding them together. Besides the fact that they're a free company. So... realistically, if this was just a random group of people, they would have disbanded or they would have kicked, like, a lot of other people already. I'm pretty, like, convinced about that. And this is playing favorites, and if any of you ever watch this video, I love all of you, obviously. If I disliked any of you, you would have been gone the moment we talked in voice chat, right? I don't fuck around with that stuff. Like, I don't go above and beyond for people that I don't like. And so the fact that I do, like, try, and I believe I'm doing pretty well. This is the most unhinged shit I've ever done in my life, by the way. Look at this shit right here. No way they thought of that? Okay, hold on. We're balling? I cannot believe I made that mistake. I'm such a fool. But, yeah, obviously I like you all. But, there are some people who they could definitely ball more than others. We're gonna lose this, by the way, and you're not getting another run. I will at least extend it to, like, for 14 minutes by doing anecdotes or whatever, but you're fucked. This run is completely fucked. We have to get incredibly lucky to make this shit work. Oh yeah, it doesn't carry over, does it? No, it doesn't. That's a shame. When the parasite stirs, that's a shame. But, like, some of them can ball harder than others, right? Like, there are people who, when I invited them to the free company static, I didn't know how far they were going to take it or how serious they were going to be with it. And so there are some people who have impressed me way more than others. Which is just sort of like, you know, reality. Like, if you ever have a competitive environment, you're going to have some people who shine more than others. And so I feel like it's a little bit rude to, like, say it out loud. But... there's definitely, like, 2 or 3 people who I'm, like, really hopeful about, and I'm, like, content in the fact that if the free company static doesn't do too hot and it needs to get, like, dissolved or whatever, that there's, like, 2 to 3 people who will have a positive future in Savage, and they'll be able to use their experiences in this static to then go on to do greater things in the game. So, like, for me at least... I'm pretty happy about that, because it means that at least, like, almost half the static, I think, is, like, incredibly, like... So here's the thing. There's 2 kinds of people who raid Savage, right? There's the people who... you can break it down into business and casual. And I don't mean casual as in, like, you know, the Dark Souls parry this, you filthy fucking casual. No, what I mean is, like, business, you know, like, your dress code, right? So if you dress casually, loose t-shirt, maybe some cargo shorts, maybe like a skirt. I actually don't know office dress codes at all. But if you're dressing like business, you know, like a suit, a tie, like pants that go with your suit or whatever, a skirt that goes with your suit, I don't know, man. I don't work in an office. I wouldn't be able to... Actually, no, this is a total lie. I was about to say I wouldn't be able to keep up with office politics. I would be the office politics guy. I would know everything about everyone, and I would be on all the gossip. Anyways. Yeah, I'd be all over that shit, absolutely. I can't even pretend for 5 seconds that I wouldn't be. Yeah, no, for real. I'm glad that I don't fuck with that. But basically, there are people who show up to a Savage raid in a suit and tie. And then there are people who show up into a Savage Raid in just, like, their pajamas. And then there are people who show up to a Savage Raid, and this is all metaphorical, I don't care what you wear while you Savage Raid, but it's like think of it as like a brain mentality, okay? Like, think of it as mental game, alright? Can we run away from Glued Corpse? Yes. I mean, we all know that, the worst tower in Bloons Tower Defense 6 is the Glue Gunner. That's slander. I like the Glue Gunner, actually. Also, I probably shouldn't be making comparisons to a tower defense game where all the characters are, not human, to a guy who is human, or at least, allegedly he looks like a human. Yeah, anyways, that's accidentally wandering into problematic territory. But, anyways. And here's the thing. Literally, in real life, I show up to raid in pajamas, because pajamas are comfortable. But it's all about it's what your brain is wearing, right? Like, is your brain in a suit? Is your brain wearing a tie, a suit and a tie? Or is your brain have the sleeping cap on, and you're about to take a nap, right? Like, it's about the mental game. And so, the people who have, like, great mental are the people who have great mental and are into Savage Raiding, those are the people who will go, like, shockingly far, right? Like, people who, after they are done with this static for one reason or another, they're gonna go on and you're gonna see them do, like, some crazy, like, fucking 99 parse bullshit in an ultimate raid, you know? You're gonna see them in, like, some semi-viral Savage Raiding or ultimate raiding video where they do some meme clear without healers. You're gonna see them in, like, a really good static as a background character to, like, some, like, person who's, like, the best in the world at their job, you know what I mean? So, you're gonna get some shit like that. Let me cook here, alright? Please, for the love of God, my entire strategy relies on that dice roll that we just won. But yeah, no, so it's like, I am not calling Saul. But, yeah, no, so it's basically just relying on that entirely. Ooh. Is this Beatdown? I think this is Beatdown. Is this the one enemy we kill in the game? I think it is. I think we're going for it. But there are other people who they show up to raid in, like, you know, they don't have the mental, right, for that. And there's nothing wrong with that. And also, those people can still raid. I want to make that clear. If you have a casual attitude towards raiding, you're still 100% valid as a raider. You just have to have your expectations set properly. And so, there's a few people in the static who I don't know what their mental is, because I can't figure them out. And then there's a few people who I was, like, incredibly impressed by. And I'm like, yeah, you're going places. Like, no matter what you're doing, you're going places. Like, that shit's crazy, man. And then, you know, there's also people who are like, they have a more, like, casual mental towards it. And the thing about that is that's sort of like a conflicting style. I think for this tier it'll be fine because everybody likes each other. Asterisk. Citation needed. Blah, 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 blah. But for the most part, everybody's pretty positive about each other. They can stay in the same voice chat together without tearing each other limb from limb. Asterisk, citation needed, you know, blah, 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 blah. It's a Savage Raid, it's stressful, people get worked up. It's normal. Alright, here we go. We can afford to fight stamina Andes. At least for now. And by that I mean not in the future, because we are taking -6 stamina. It's a clap. Okay. I'm gonna remember our second enemy, and that's gonna end up losing us the game, and that's gonna be very funny. I remember calling him out, so I might remember him at the last second. But, my speed run, dude! This episode's gotta end in 2 minutes. If this episode doesn't end in 30 seconds, we're gonna hit Q and lose the game automatically, bro. What's your problem? But, essentially, the thing that I'm worried about, I mean, it's just, you gotta go clap, and then just pray to God. Just pray to whatever God you believe in. Clap. Bow? Clap? Oh boy, alright, I'm never gonna remember that, but that's pretty cool. Anytime we fail there, that actually might have won us the game, by the way, because we're on Cthulhu, so any sanity damage we take goes to Doom. So that's pretty sketchy, but now you see. Now you see the results of my cooking. You didn't think you thought I was crazy, but I was actually cooking. That's like razor blades, right? Yeah. Oh, we take sanity damage too? Ooh. But yeah, basically, I think, like, here's the thing. From a purely mechanical skill level, they can all clear the tier easily, 100%. 100%. Like, not a doubt in my fucking mind. They can all do it. From a mental game, that's a little bit tougher. That's a little bit harder. Oh, we get a funny reason penalty. That one, because it's Doom. Frostbite drenched, you love to see it. Oh god, this matters so much, man. We're getting down to the fucking wire right now. Okay, hold on. There wasn't a light source check, right? I mean, I just lose if there was, but, crime scene. I'm really bad with the names of the events. I only remember the funny ones, like 410 billion. Okay, we do that one. And we succeeded, so it doesn't matter. If homie wants money, okay. If homie wants money, you can have it. If you want anything else, go fuck yourself. Love it. Does homie want more money? Nope, go to hell. I mean, I think that's actually where I'm going. But, you know. Oh, we can't run away from her. But it's strength and knowledge, isn't it? I'm actually trying to remember what it actually is. If it's light source, we're screwed. Can we win off of 91% Doom? Yes. We can. Oh, no, but it's not 91% Doom because we have Survivor's Guild. Okay, so that's 93% Doom. That's still winnable, but ugh, there's so little wiggle room. Oh, but okay, hold on. No, we have to run. We have to run because we're on Cthulhu. Sanity. Okay, 93% Doom is kind of sus. But Alright, whatever. Okay. I still forgot my second enemy, so we lose, but, you know. Oh, this song, the singer occasionally says Kamen Rider in English. Oh, that's so good. That's the best part of the song. I mean, I'm just gonna do this because it doesn't matter. And if there is charisma, we need to, like, we would die if we didn't put the thing in, but, you know, it doesn't matter. The fact that we don't have the torch is really bad. Okay. So we're taking -3. We're taking -3, and it's just the second enemy and mystery. Oh, actually, no, it's just second enemy. Okay. Okay. Now, I still forgot the second enemy, so that's a little bit, yeah. Oh, but we have to fight Takashi? Yeah, no, that's not happening, bro. Yeah, that's not happening. How the fuck are we're drenched, man. How am I supposed to deal with that? Throw the ancient ring at him? Do a little 1 damage? We have to block. We do. Oh god, no, it's not happening. It's over. It's re-over. It's Jover. No, look at that shit, man. Look at that shit. That's not okay. We have to dodge. We have to dodge, yeah. That's still so bad, but it's like a free hit if we dodge, you know? Hold on, what's our attack? 8? 8 at 95? No, it's not worth it. Yeah, we gotta dodge. We gotta dodge ram. Pain. Should've just full sent it. This is killable. Yeah, I should've just full sent it. That was my bad. I relied on a bad strategy. So I think we doom out here. I think we doom out here for sure. Oh, if only Homeboy wanted one more round of money. Oh, look at that. Pitch looking lovely today, lads. Did we actually doom out? We had 98, didn't we? How did we get 2% doom there? That's so weird. Actually, why didn't Survivor's Guild proc earlier? That's so weird. I'm not gonna dwell on that at all. Anyways, stay safe out there. Have a good one. I guess I'll just end it like this real quick, because I was talking about some deep stuff. Or at least some heavy stuff. Not deep, but, like, heavy. The static is fine, like, from a mechanics perspective. It's just that everybody has, like, as a combination, their mental game is all just, like, completely whack. Like, they all just, like... The new guy that we got in is very good. Like, he's a very positive influence, because he reinforces the clear comms thing, and he provides positive feedback to the rest of the group. So the new guy is, like, the saving grace, you know? He's the one day of peace. And so I think if we're gonna be able to rally behind something, it's gonna be him. But the problem is I'm not there anymore for, like, the next couple raids, so, you know, it is what it is. But if they're gonna survive without me being there, it's gonna be Homeboy leading them to victory, carrying, not the game, but, like, the mental state of the group. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Stay safe out there. Bye.